Okay, I posted a video earlier today about how I have very strict like no-show late cancellation policies in my practice. I'm a therapist. And I had a couple people ask me like, what are your policies? And so I would love to share, but I'm gonna do you one better for this first video. I wanna share the 5 policies that I find essential for like any private practice therapist, like solo therapist. And I'll make separate videos getting like into more details about what those policies are. Okay, so if you're a private practice, these are the policies that I think you need to have in place before you see your first client. This is just my opinion. This is not fact. This is not like a requirement for most people in regards to like licensure or anything. This is just my opinion as far as like practice operations and covering your butt, okay? And also establishing like early boundaries with your practice so that you know like what framework you're operating in, what your guardrails are on your practice, right? So you're not just like loosey-goosey all over the place. Okay, first one, obviously you need a cancellation policy. Second, client confidentiality and HIPAA policy. Third, you need a financial policy. Fourth, you need an emergency and crisis policy and procedure. And fifth, this is one that a lot of people don't consider, but I think it's very important to have like a client communications expectation policy. So clients know right from the beginning, like what they can expect as far as like outside of session communication with you. Okay, so what I do is I have all 5 of those policies like as separate documents. I have them listed and linked in the footer of my website so clients can access them easily. But I don't have clients sign off like on each and every one of those policies because quite frankly, that's just overwhelming to have to sign like 17 things. So what I do instead is I take all of those policies, kind of summarize the key points, wrap them into my informed consent form, and then also like clearly state in my informed consent form, like, please view this policy in full detail for further like information about it. So that's what I do. I've coached other people to do it this way too. I think it works really well for like the solo practice owner. Obviously, as you grow, you're going to need to like include more policies and procedures if you're like hiring people and stuff like that. Like that's a whole different can of worms. But for like the solo practice owner, these are the things that I think are really important and essential. And again, I can go into each one of them in a little bit more detail to like talk about like what I include in them if that's helpful. I also did clean up like the templates that I use and they're linked in my bio. I am charging for them. I always feel so bad when I'm like charging for things. Which is a social worker in me. I know. I give a lot to the community, okay? I do give information very freely, but some of these things I'm like, this is my life's work. I can't just like let everybody have all of my policies and procedures for free, okay? It's valuable information. But if you're interested, like I said, the link is in my bio. Until next time, goodbye, friends.